44, so I was probably addicted, I would say, at least 15 years. You know, I concealed it as much as I could, but it got to a point where I couldn't hide it anymore. It was very isolated. It got to a point where I would lock myself in the house just so I could drink. It's just a circle. You drink to not be depressed, and you're depressed, so you drink. You name it, I've tried it. I've tried drinking, you know, like the non-alcoholic beers, or cutting back on drinking. You know, I've tried to wait till a certain time in the day to start drinking, or only drink on the weekends. You know, I've tried the 12-step program. It's everybody expressing their emotions and their feelings, but when you leave the place and you leave the room with the meeting, you're on your own. You don't have any professional help going to meetings, and it's just nothing worked. I was at a point where, you know, I didn't know what was going to work, and then I found Wellness by Design. I can have a relationship with my children, you know, and be a positive influence in their lives. I can function at work and not, you know, have to mask it with some cologne, try to hide my smell. You know, I can plan something for Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock if there's a concert I want to go to, and not have to worry about who's going to drive me because I'm not able to drive. The first night I had a tough time with the, you know, I had some shakes and hallucinations and stuff. I could tell by day 3 or 4 that I'd already had this beat. The only difficult part, I would say, is, you know, life doesn't take a time out to let you do the program and catch up. You know, you still got to pay the bills. You still got to feed the dog. You know, take time off work. You know, that's the only part that was difficult. The treatment itself was not difficult. The fear of the unknowing. Once I got through the program, even though I felt good, like I said, after day 3 or 4, the unknowing of when I went back home. How was I going to act when I got around, you know, alcohol? Oh yeah, there's no doubt that I would ever go back to alcohol. I don't even like the smell of it. Now, to be around it doesn't bother me. Everybody always tells me, well, you'll have those moments, you know, where or temptation. I don't have any temptation at all. Yes, I did my research on the therapy, and like I said, it is a holistic view to treat the patients, and you know, some of the mainstream and the medical community, you know, doesn't accept it, and but that's true about anything. But it blew me away as far as the treatment. How can you put a price on you know, like your life, like extending your life? And you know, in the path I was headed, I probably had maybe 20 years left. So hopefully now I got 40 or 50. How do you put a price on that? I don't think they charged me enough. Like, I would have paid twice as much, but now I have a great quality of life left. Like, how do you put a price on that? There's no way I could tell somebody how much it meant to me. You know, it literally saved my life. You know, I can't thank Wellness by Design enough. It saved my life. When you know, you have a significant monetary value invested, you know, do your research, but you'll find out that this treatment is highly effective. It has a highly success rate. Just compared to the 12-step program. And so if you're worried about what it costs, then ask yourself, what is your life worth? What is the next 30 or 40 years worth? What is your liver worth? You know, what is your quality of life worth? Do you want to spend your end years, you know, with kidney failure, you know, cirrhosis of the liver? Do you want to lay in a nursing home, or do you want to be like me, you know, building a lake house and living on the lake? Or what's more important to you? Go to a movie and make a date to the movie with my girlfriend, and remember that I made the date. And so life is just wonderful. You know, I made good money, which was it was almost a detriment, you know, to my drinking, because I could afford to drink. I could afford to hide it. I didn't have to buy cheap whiskey and cheap beer, and so it fed my habit. But now it feeds my ambitions. It feeds my future. You know, it's helping me to build a house. You know, to live on the lake has always been my dream. You know, and it was a dream until I quit drinking, and now it's my reality. And like I said, my life expectancy probably would have been 60, 65. Maybe in a nursing home, definitely, you know, cirrhosis of the liver, probably dementia, I'd imagine. But you know, now my future's on the lake with my wonderful girlfriend, you know, and we're building a life together, and You know, it's not.
I don't know. I mean, how do you put a price on that?
I'm sorry.
That wraps it up. That's good. Thank you, Rusty. God.